Holy History 8 Moses and the ceremonial precepts that proclaimed Christ. The law of Moses contains ceremonial precepts in quantity, and these ceremonial precepts can be said to announce Christ. First, we must recognize that they are of immense size. There are three kinds of precepts in the law of Moses. Moral precepts, for example the Ten Commandments. You will not kill, you will not steal. They are still valid. Judicial precepts, a law, a civil code, which closely resembles the Babylonian code. Moreover, at the time, there are similarly primitive codes of law that are written for a primitive people. This code of law is no longer valid, and the Jews no longer apply it. Otherwise they would stone the women. And finally, ceremonial precepts. For example, the prohibition to represent images of creatures. Because there is only one God and the image could be worshipped. This ceremonial precept, it is abolished. Because God became man in the meantime. So, we have an image of God, through Jesus. Image, contemplating his life internally, but also external image when we see it. We see the charm, the beauty of what radiates God made man. It is said that there are more than 600 of these commandments, and some, indeed, announce Christ. Let's just take the ceremonial precepts of Easter. Take a sheep, do not break his bones. Take bread, do not get up, because we went in haste. What is the immolated lamb that no bone will be broken? It is Christ, obviously. So the lamb whose blood was on the Hebrews' door jambs so that the angel did not hit them. He was not put to death the day the elders of the Egyptians were killed. He is the symbol of Christ. When we look at the crucified Christ and his blood, we do not die from the point of view of the spiritual life, because we know that God is love, since it is God who wanted to live the same thing as us for us. To show that he did not want to crush us but to save us, and that the sufferings he took for us are not meant to destroy us but to lead us to a humble heart. It is impossible to take here in 3 minutes the totality of these ceremonial precepts, but the fathers of the Church were very strong to show the allegorical and spiritual meaning of this law of Moses which announced Christ. I would say that everything spoke of Christ but also of our souls. Simply she did it in carnal form, and this meaning is still valid today. The covenant in Israel is not over yet. When we look at Israel right now, with the Gaza Strip, a splinter in its land, which does not leave them alone. And then the people around who want to destroy it. It is the image of our souls. We have in us a splinter, a major defect that we cannot settle, and around us, enemies who want to separate us from love and humility, to develop pride, loneliness, hardness of the heart. These enemies are the devils, also our neighbors, when they behave badly. Thus, as we can see, the Hebrew people are still prophets in their pulpit, in their history, until the end of the world.